we hear these messages, love yourself more, the self-love practice, but what does it look like? And specifically, what does it look like when it's hard? What does it look like when you don't want to get out of bed?
This is The Deep Dive with Adam Roa.
What does it look like when you are experiencing a heartache? You know, I said to a friend last night on the phone, I have been in a perpetual state of heartbreak for a year and a half now. From my first breakup, after 10 years together, and meeting another woman so soon afterwards, and being in the grieving process. To have a 10-year relationship come to an end there's a mourning process, there's a grieving process, there's an untethering of that. And I did it as best I could, but it's not surprising that it would take a while, right? So I've been in that, and then now this recent breakup, which, you know, like in many ways I've been grieving the first one, and then the second one piled on, and it's just been like, okay, for a year and a half now, I have that feeling, you know, when you walk around and something sad has happened, like if you can remember a breakup, or if you can remember someone passing away, or if you can remember any sort of like sadness like that, and you walk around and you can just feel it in your heart, you know? You look at things and they remind you of someone, or you hear a song or whatever, and like your heart is just so tender. I've been in that state for a year and a half now. And sorry, I'm getting just a little emotional. Yesterday, not today, yesterday, I prayed to Spirit, Source, my guides, God, like whatever word you want to use. I prayed and I said, I'm ready to remember what it feels like to not feel that. To remember what it feels like to have a lightness on my heart instead of a heaviness. And it's funny because I've almost forgotten, maybe I have forgotten, like I struggle to find right now the reference point for what that feels like, because it hasn't been that way for a long time. And if you include like the lead up to the breakup, the first one, you know, it's probably close to like 2 years now, you know, that I've been experiencing some of this, approaching 2 years, a year and a half to whatever. And I'm ready for that to be done. I'm ready for the lightness. I'm ready for it. And how I'm going about that is my self-love practice. Okay? And this is not me sitting here and telling you as someone on the other side of it, saying, oh yeah, this is what I did. This is me telling you in real time, this is what I'm doing. Because I believe, I trust that this is the way to move through with as much ease and grace, and to process as swiftly as possible without rushing it, without needing it to go, but allowing myself to be in it and really excavate these deep emotions so that they don't get stuck and store down for years and years and years, which is what happens for most people. Most people experience heaviness, they experience sadness, and they get really busy, or they start drinking or taking drugs or medicating or whatever it is to avoid feeling all of the things. And those things then eventually stagnate in the system. When I wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning with all of that emotion running, I could numb it somehow. I could avoid it somehow. But what do you think's happening? It's moving around in me, right? It's in my chest. It's in my head. I feel it. I feel this energy in motion, this emotion. I feel it. If I don't allow it to move through, it will stop moving and stagnate in my system, which will become depression, which is what I discovered when I was going through my bout with depression over the first half of this year. It becomes illness. it becomes a cloud that will follow you everywhere. And so I understand that the reason I've been in this heartbreak states for as long as I have are due to some events that are a necessary part of my growth based on the intention that I've set. The understanding to that is really important because your intention for your life, whatever that is being given to you. And that looks like turning you into the person who's a match. And for me, the lessons that I've learned from both of these uncouplings have been profound. Starting to feel safe in my body again, safe on this planet again, has been profound. Starting to recognize who I am and what I want on my own, not holding someone else's emotional experience as equal to my own, which is what I've done in my relationships. Letting that go has allowed for massive transformation.